Right, we're good. Going live. Going live. We're live, and that means I'm going to change the tab and read out the following. You are listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Sailor Madness. So come along and hang with the Let's Go gang. It's Dwayne.
Hello.
It's Niall. And
How
it's
are
me,
you?
Brian. And on this episode, we are covering anime that aired the week of the 22nd to the 28th, apparently in my script, the 28th
28th.
of May 2022. And we have an exception to this, though, and that is Tiger and Bunny, episode 8, season 2. You can't judge a book by its cover. If you think the individual stories about our heroes are over, you're wrong. They're carrying on.
Or the villains are in the city, but they're busy getting a bit of sightseeing and first before they destroy it.
You want to hit the sites before you wreck the whole fucking joint.
Yeah. Who's the guy they demand Thomas to tell whether or not he's a fan of?
Oh, like Captain Bastard or something. Yeah.
Mr.
Mr.
Legend
Maximum?
is the other dude. And
Maximum, because he had like a gladiator thing going on.
different
Okay.
dude.
I'm mixing up my stuff.
Anyways, it's like he was a hero, but he took extreme measures to get the job done, and he's actually more dangerous than some of the villains. And then they called him a villain, and then Mr. Legend defeated him. But it was like he believes only in his own strength, and the two let the phone say, "Yeah, we believe in our own strength. I believe in our own strength. Hey man, isn't that rad?" And he is Thomas. Is yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess, because he's on the outs with this whole superhero game. Because in a hostage situation earlier in the week, this guy starts one mountain off and rubs in the wrong way, or he fucking says, "Oh, it's okay. I'll drop the gun. Okay, you better do that." But then he pulls the gun and shoots him anyway, and then one of the innocent bystanders gets wounded, and that sets him off. And then he gets a whole thing of fucking you can't if you're going to be a superhero, you can't beat this man like a fucking dog in the street on live TV.
It's kind of and again, because all of their superheroic exploits are shown live, it's like, oh, I haven't fucking cut the commercial. But it's still they're going to have to give him at the very least the suspension, because the public saw that thing and it's like, yeah, it's not so much the suspension is temporary, but it might become permanent if the public decide that's not good enough. Like, it'd be nice if the same kind of thing was put on, I don't know, fucking Cops, let's say, for example. But and it's the difference.
He's getting raked over the coals then in the press. It's like, oh, Thomas is going to quit heroing, maybe? Question mark. But he doesn't know how to properly read a newspaper article and while misleading headline is you see just I'm leaving this no good town.
And it's kind of the contrast between him and Mr. Black, where because he initially trusted the guy's like, I surrender, and he's like, oh, I thought we were gonna do like a big epic fight, but then when he pulled the gun on him, he's like, never trust anyone. And again, Mr. Black reading the newspaper is like, Thomas is quitting superheroing, and Tiger and Bunny are just like, yeah, there's a question mark at the end there, so they can retract it later. I got caught by that shit all the fucking time. It's just the press, man. It's bullshit. It's like, but does he know that? It's like, oh shit, he probably doesn't know that because he's also new. So they're trying to get him on the phone, visit his apartment and stuff, but he's already man.
He's hitting the road.
I do like the reveal of he's actually not hitting the road. He's just like, well, I can't go to work today, so I'm just going to bum around town.
I'm up in a sulk.
Yeah, very, very, very teenagery and stuff. And again, his manager / ma'am of kind of going like talking to the principal of the superheroes, going like, "Oh, please, just let him off with a suspension, if you don't mind, for beating up a kid at school."
Yes. And then when he's leaving the museum, a couple ask him to help them get home.
Because the husband has like a heart condition that left the medication at home, but the wife can't drive. Could you drive us home, young man? And he's like, not really. It's kind of out of my way, but yeah, I guess I could.
He's like, yeah, I can be a hero. This is all right. A little bit more. Oh, won't you stay for dinner, please? The least we could do for someone like you. It's like, oh, maybe I can trust again. won't you stay the night? You know, it's a long way to go home in the dark. And he's again, okay, he's like being brought in by their kindness. As I remember the last time I trusted somebody, you know, and what caused me to never do that again. Back in the orphanage, I got separated from my
Due
sister.
to mutant-related racism, basically. Because they wanted to adopt his sister, wanted to put out his sister, but he only wanted to be adopted with his sister, not break up the family after their parents died in a car crash. But
yeah, and I lashed out with my powers, and in the process, I hurt my sister's leg just the same way that bystander the other day got
because he
winged.
trusted the criminals to not pull a gun on him, basically.
And he shouldn't have trusted these kindly couple because, oh no, the food was drugged. Like, oh, this is why did I learn to trust again, only to be betrayed again?
And these guys are like serial house robbers who pretend they own the house and then copy the fingerprints of someone they trick into the house that they don't own, so that you can't arrest them. But it's like you're doing this on a serial basis, and you keep leaving witnesses behind.
I was going to say it's
a terrible.
It's not the great scheme because I believe they have photos of them. They know who they're looking for.
They can change their face. Like, is it the wife of the team can copy fingerprints? One of them can copy fingerprints, and that's their entire next power.
That's for us. That's for you know. If you get given like a hard lot in life, no powers of flight or nothing like a fingerprint changing, you know. So you just feel agreed. Well, that's the lot I'm given.
I can literally only use that for crimes and identity theft.
Just kind of go. Maybe a koala did it.
No, we have footage of you doing it, so yeah.
We have your semen on the body. You're holding the knife right now. Yeah, well, what knife?
Also,
you
cooked a whole dinner and ate a whole dinner in the house before you copied his fingerprints. So, like, I don't know why you thought this was work. I thought it was weird because the husband was wearing gloves the whole time, and I was like, is that going to be like something? It's like he's not leaving the fingerprints is obviously the thing. Yeah.
So deal with them, and then there's a whole lot of drama at the end in that the two brothers basically try to remember the names of the superheroes they're going to kill before they kill them, and they just give up and they're like, "Can we start killing them now?" And their dad's like, "Yeah, anytime you like." Put the TV on, and they say somebody else killing Barnaby has as he's been shot off a building. So yeah, that's our cliffhanger. I do believe. No, the other cliffhanger is Jimmy Olsen has collapsed and knocked all his chemicals together, and they formed a new chemical that's glowing. So I assume he'll inject himself with that next episode.
Yep.
Giant turtle boy. I fucking
super penicillin.
I so want that to happen, and yeah, it does a lot of good, like esteblishing the characters interrelationships. Like Mr. Black and he is Thomas, not really friends, but he does know a lot about him. Like he only eats broccoli and like steamed chicken because he's trying to build up his muscles. So like, and then
it's like he's from like lasagna
in 8
for the
years,
first time
and it's his
in a
favorite
decade,
food.
And it's just like, oh my god, it's like fun taste buds exploding.
It's just regular cheese, but it's just fucking amazing.
They didn't need the drugs. He would have probably just passed out from the ecstasy. At that, and it was a big lasagna meal. He's going to be out for hours.
Yeah, the other thing is obviously the Barnaby is taking advice from Jimmy Olsen to how to establish that you're on his side without doing it. So they've all the heroes are suddenly squeezing stress balls on TV to show that they're in support of We Are Thomas. They are in the We Are Thomas movement. With all their stress balls, and like none of the reporters asked them any questions about the stress balls.
He is Thomas,
really weird to me
because they're hatters, aren't they? That's what we learned in the previous episode. Their fans are hatters.
Oh god. Yeah, you're right.
Hitters. Sorry, it's he is. Yes, hitters.
Hitters even.
So that's Tiger and Buddy, episode 8. Then we've got Birdie Wing, Golf Girl Story, episode 8, Final Bullet.
Let's do the mega happy ending. Yay! For most people, anyway.
Yeah, most people.
Yeah, so Rose was seeing this as her chance to pull herself out of the underground, put illegal golf behind her.
Fucking called it, man. It's like she didn't win the right game and they took her arm.
Yeah. I mean, like, the less obvious thing is the slightly cyborg bone replacement prosthetic arm, but yeah, you totally called it for sure.
Which does not go well for her. I do like how the final shot we don't even see; we just see immediately Eve and Viper showing up in the car, loading all the other girls into the car, and then
because they were waiting
fleeing.
to the last
Yes.
second, like the construction truck was just driving into the building, kind of thing. It was just like, okay.
I like how Eve has
But,
just put one of the girls on top
No.
of Viper's head. And then as they're driving away with all their cash, then we go back and see exactly how Eve had won, because Rose had managed, she'd struggled on the previous shot, and then this shot she'd got it so close, just hadn't quite got in.
yeah, it was the idea that she actually didn't drive it as far as she could have, even with one arm, but she drove it at a distance that she really excels at. So she
Yes.
thought she could get it in like a, would that be an eagle? I think that's an eagle
I
in
don't know.
golf.
Anyway, Eve rebounded off Rose's ball and got a hole in one. So
Like, yeah, pushed her ball away
Yeah.
and got her one in from it. And I'm just like,
It was just going for like, oh, I can really put a little twist on this just to rub it in.
yeah. And
I've exceeded you,
and
woman.
the Rose had a kind of thing of like, according to her, but I don't really believe what she says. She wanted to beat Eve because that would prove that she's wasted her life on crime golf when she could have been like a regular golfer. Because if I can beat someone with potential like Eve, then that proves that I could have been a real golfer, and then I can regret my life. Damn, she beat me. I guess I can't even regret my life. A very odd thing, but it's clear. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, even Rose told the Barfonage to like don't leave until the last second. Wait till Eve gets to you. She expected Eve to win the entire fucking time. So yeah.
yeah, it's and then the second half is, let's go and get ourselves some forged passports and move to England. Or possibly we're already in England. We don't know. The geography is all over the place.
It's kind of I'm guessing it could be based on something like Malta, where like it was like part of fucking Britain for a time, but now it wasn't. So remnants remain, but it's not
The
quite
main
like
the main thing that I think it couldn't possibly be Britain is because they're using euros, which they'd never stop using the pound. They wouldn't use the euro.
But they've got the red telephone box,
and also the money's got like a monarch on it. Also, all
maybe like Monaco, Princess Grace.
And while Nefresh is like a made-up country or continent or something, all the other things they name as places are real. They're just not necessarily next to the locations they seem to indicate they're next to. I think
whatever's happened in history to make golf the main thing, how people interact with the world, has also changed a considerable amount.
All the countries on their passports are real countries, and presumably where they originally came from. I'll try to find my tweet. So there's like there's a postcode which I think is a Derby postcode. There's a town name which is like an East Nottinghamshire town name. They mention Guildford though as well, which is nowhere near either of those two places. And if you look up the street name where they're all living, there I think that drops you in Aldershot as the first result. And then you look at the map and there's like 10 golf courses within an hour of that street.
Is this anywhere near the water, by the way?
No, I don't think so. Also, yeah.
I try and posit that it's like, no, it's some like island nation like in the Mediterranean. It could like, no, is it like is it Malta? Is it Cyprus? It's somewhere like, no, you wouldn't think. Oh, you know what Italy is like. You know what Greece is like. Malta is like. What is it like really?
Yeah.
I know it used to be part of Britain.
I think they're like island nations in Valkyrie Drive because that uses the same country name. I've not watched Mad Lax, so I don't know whether that is all island nations as well. Because obviously in Valkyrie Drive they take them away from their home country and drop them on another island full of transforming lesbians. But yeah, so I don't know whether it's consistent. Obviously, he wrote Haybot. That's also got a strange island nation in it as well. So it's quite the curious bit of geography. I was trying to figure out whether that train station is anywhere real as well. Do you know of a
I presume
stained glass train station anywhere?
It looks like a bit more well kept one of the it's in the main station in Prague. So it's kind of like
Yeah,
that.
Like I
maybe.
assume the pub they ended up in is a specific pub that they have sourced, but obviously scratch the number plate off, change the name of like
There's like there's like got passed on a few notes from people in Part 6. Here's some research we fished out the bins that threw out.
And then, of course, wherever they are, everything looks like London. So, except also in London where you have outdoor swimming pools where you can splash around and have a great time. But yes, the danger's not over for Eve yet, because I can't remember her name. Rose's little assistant shows up to wave a knife at her,
with a knife.
but also warn her that assassins are coming after Eve and Rose.
Yeah, and I liked her thing. It was like, so you just go live your life and then fucking die, like running off crying. It's like, that's the weirdest way to help someone out I've ever seen. It's great.
You get why she's pissed off, because it is like so irrational. If I'm saying the mafia are sending hitmen after Rose, I didn't call him after me as well. Who are you actually angry at here? But that was like
Eve is going to escape the assassins by heading to the fictional nation of Japan.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, it sounds made up. Yeah, it's Japan.
And they even get the tearful goodbye at the train station, which kind of changes when you can't roll down the windows. They have to do it at the door for the immediate thing. Yeah.
Eve is going to the gas. What? Well, I was don't forget your face. Oh my God,
we're gonna have to cut back to them at some stage because we need more Gundam product placement. I don't.
That's true. Yeah, maybe they'll like fly out when she reaches the final of the tournament.
They went to duty free. Oh, so the duty free like Gundam kits like us. Japan sure is a amazing country.
What else? Oh, Rose is lying by the docks, and Shah Aznable shows up as a word with her.
I like the way the first car pulled up. It's like, oh, here's the assassin. It's like, no, it's Shah going like, the fuck did you call me for? I'm a busy fucking man. I got a fucking life, you know. I got shit going on outside of this.
I'm busy being a world-hopping mercenary golfer.
And she's like, hey, how come? What did she got that I didn't got? And it's like, ambition to fight people at golf stronger than her, rather than just beat people who are weaker than her for money. That's it. That's what she had.
And the absolute best best payoff, though.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, before exactly. You go on, because there's the other bit we got to deal with Rose first. But
well, I was going to deal with the other bit, so no, after you.
The absolute best bit, though, is Viper on a yacht with the guy who betrayed the mafia from the previous episode.
Mega happy ending.
Yeah. She's off on her yacht with her boyfriend, who's really into her tongue, and she's going to retire from gambling golf, and she's got a yacht now, so she made enough to get the yacht, living the dream.
I don't know if she's still Fujiko / Lupin type character that we know she is. She's gonna come
for
back.
One last job.
She must be get on the hunt. The lure's gonna be too strong.
But she's clearly like too nice to be in underground golf, because much of all as she has literal fangs, she's been completely defanged by this show, and she's just actually sound out. You can put a child on her head, she'll barely complain. Yeah.
And then Rose gets killed by an unseen assassin at the end, presumably.
Yeah.
It had like almost the exact same frame, exact same lighting as the fucking end of Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans.
She's got the same hair color as well. Is it the same shirt color? I can't remember.
Very similar, but it's like there's nothing glorious about this at all.
Yeah.
But there is this still it tries to conjure this portrait of it as like she fucking gets it right between the eyes. We can see from her point of view as she kind of her body slumps backwards, she's peering up at the sky to plane. Probably the same plane that Eve is departing this hellhole from right now.
And cut to Eve. It's like, whoa, the drinks are free. Fucking give me another.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you, on the passports you get to see like how young all these characters. So the two of the kids are 4, another one's 5, Lily's 13, and Clyde is 18.
Like, it's bananas. Yeah, I guess by the time you are 30, you are an old man in this world. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Fun Shara Astabil there is only 21. she's had a hard life.
He's seen some shit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see whether meme makers completely destroy the power of Rose's death like they did the one from Iron Blooded Orphans.
I'm kind of going to be sorry that the show has moved away to Underground Mafia golf because it's been fucking bananas. I hope it has some other mad
Well,
when it becomes a school for gifted golfers, I guess. Yeah.
Seeing it as Eve is a marked woman, this is going to come back to eventually. But for now, it's going to kind of change the pace for a bit, and let's see how she's because she is now very much so officially coming in as this renegade golfer, mustering in on Saint Trinian's proper school for golf for proper
yeah, I was going to say
ladies.
she's now going to face much more deadly foes, teenage girls.
And then they can go completely opposite way. It goes fucking aim for the ace style melodrama.
That is what.
But she's coming in with a fun mindset of like, why do you put like the hotshot Gundam pilot in the story? Where they have no fear of and say this philosophy that golf is exact same as shooting a man with a gun.
I'm just saying I want like 1 or 2 cyborgs. That's all.
Yes, because it would be the opposite of Gunbuster. So Gunbuster's putting the aim for the ace characters inside a mecha show, and this may well be putting a mecha character inside an aim for the ace type show. But with golf.
If they can involve, if that's as potent a mixture, if they can like get anything as close as that possibly could be, it'll be yes.
Then we've got your boy Kongming, episode 9 for the Populace, in which you get the secret origin of Azalea and how they sold out for success.
If you want to win in this industry, man, you gotta do what the manager tells you. You gotta wear the weird fucking costume with the weird bits.
The manager is the worst character they've introduced so far because
he's got a great haircut.
He's got a great haircut.
The only compliment I can give
He looks like he's come out of some sort of 60s drama.
Oh, I was getting fucking listeners kind of flashbacks to like when you see based on a particular kind of dude or an amalgamation.
I was busy searching up like films about the music industry to see if he was like specifically drawn from. But the thing which bothered me though, he's the only character we've seen with a physical disability, and there's like a hint in this episode that's the reason why he's like he is.
Oh God, you're fucking right. I didn't even pick up on that because I was seeing his walking cane that he holds way too fucking high, dude. That's bad for your back.
Yes, because it's like the limp. Like, we get the limp, I think, around the same time as we get the line about "I used to think the same way you thought."
But the music industry literally broke my leg.
He used to be a champion break dancer. He was doing backup dancer for Lionel Richie. He had it all laid out for him. But then the accident that day happened.
He took everything from me.
He's the least real character we've had so far, and this is a show which has a man who is the reincarnation of a character from the Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
I mean, like, he behaves as you would expect Kongming to behave if he was trying to manage a music industry type. Yeah. Sneakily.
But the story, the story doesn't need him to be disabled. That's the thing. And I've got the sneaking suspicion that the story is going to make it necessary that he's disabled to explain why he's mean.
God, yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't do that. But I don't think the people making the anime are to blame for that. That's just the comic they're adapting. There's probably the chance that they'll lessen any effect it had in the comic. But given that they've kind of toned things down elsewhere from the comic. But yeah, the gist of it is they were a high school band. They wanted to do rock and roll. That's what we want. They were going to be called Band at one point.
For maybe like a couple of seconds before they went, that's a dumb name.
But yeah.
What if we just combine all our names? What if we call ourselves Azalea? Because it's like in the language of flowers and shit. And it's just like, oh, that's really cool, actually. That works, yeah.
I guess that's mysterious. That's actually why we
I
have this
assume the
mystique.
Yeah.
I
But
just realised the
yeah.
band thing is probably a play on the Linda 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 movie.
Could be, yeah. That's why when I said a couple of times, a lot of ones say, no, it's got like a band. You got like a certain like rhythm to it, and a similar thing going on there. But it's not so simple as just go to Tokyo and you just make it big immediately. It's like, nope, you're playing to like a crowd you can unite.
And they're not setting fires under people the way they were back in their kind of high school band. It's the idea of like you're a big fish in a small pond. That they were really talented, but once you went to Tokyo, you're like, there's a lot of motherfuckers you're competing with. And yeah, the manager approaches them and says, "You guys are good. If you do exactly what I say, play my fucking songs, do my shit, then you'll be successful." And they're like, "No way, man. We'd never sell out to you." But
the music, man. Well, screw you.
A bit of jobbing and having to pay back the ticket sales you don't fucking sell with your part-time job, which is very quickly becoming your main fucking job. It's kind of like, yeah, maybe we ought to go back and apologize to that guy.
Yeah, well, it's an enemy who just goes and says, I'm going to take this bullet for all of us. No fun. We'll do it. We'll agree to your terms, you sick son of a bitch. I thought you come crawling back.
And again, like she kind of sees that the other band or her two friends are kind of like they're excited. There's like, oh my god, I fucking bought a washing machine for my parents. It's like, oh, that's fantastic. I was thinking of getting a new microwave. Oh, I feel great that we're actually earning fucking money doing the thing we said we love. And she's like,
yeah,
I also want to buy things, and I'm happy with success that just means monetary value and not like personal like growth or anything.
Yeah, because his argument is
it's
that this is a job and you have to please the paying customer.
Yeah.
Well, it does a good job of this and like the sympathy for him, because like I think particularly now, let's say the kind of audience or the age bracket being portrayed here, like a lot of parts of the world, they're getting stretched and crushed, and there's little opportunity for them at all. Like, you know, so this kind of things something that will always resonate, but I think even more so now. And again, yeah, just to not have to worry even for a little bit about how I'm going to fucking find somewhere to live, you know, and pay for it, and then pay for electricity for that place to live, and then for anything I gotta put in there to feed myself or otherwise take care of myself, and then I can like take care of my family as well. I'll do is I'll take it out of myself. You know, like the trade off is enough for me.
And it's a trade off with passion, with our artistic merit, and actual fucking being able to live and pay rent and shit. Yeah.
But that's crap, like, because it shouldn't have to be that way.
You shouldn't have to make the entire fucking sacrifice at the very least.
This sacrifice, weirdly, is not really for her, it turns out. This is a sacrifice she's unwittingly doing for Aiko, because it's all part of Koei's plan that she explained who she is. So this will allow Aiko, because she'd been back to the studio thinking, oh, didn't need to use that third thing, and so, but she hadn't quite found her voice, so she'd used it, got up to the roof, then she'd revealed who she was, gave the explanation, and that's the thing.
I like the way she revealed it with the blimp that was going behind her. This is like,
that's the impetus that Aiko needed to find her voice, so she could sing the song to somebody. She could sing it fill it with meaning now. She sympathizes.
She wants she has like the music producer is kind of like, you have you've done much better in a short amount of time, but I still don't know what you're trying to say. What are you trying to achieve by doing this? And she figures out, I need to reach people's hearts, and kind of speak to them, kind of thing. And she has an audience of one here. I mean, there's a lot of people on that rooftop, but her main audience is like, I'm trying to get
as well.
Two mascots, unusually. I did like Kome's earlier disguise, hanging out with the rappers, where he was just hiding behind two fucking the bushes.
Up there in the bushes,
like under the freeway. Kome, you think that was the best fucking disguise for? All right, fair enough. They're too busy rapping to notice, so that's fine.
They bidding each other farewell. She says something that I don't know if Aiko hears. We certainly don't hear. And then they will meet, I guess, maybe on the stage if they both get their number of likes as required.
Obviously, kind of gone breaking up as she's walking away, she says it goes, just raises the fist as I say, acknowledge that.
Yeah, because the manager has said, I see you're hanging out with some fucking girl singing on the streets. It's like, you will cut ties immediately. I will tell you everything.
This.
Yeah. He's very much so trying to control their life and image to sell them as a product.
It's kind of a bittersweet ending. And then Kobe reveals himself from his disguise, bursts into tears at her performance, and lightens the entire mood for the end of the episode.
And like we saw with the opening bit about the I've forgotten the general's fucking names. It's like this guy's
it was
sorry.
They're listen like Echo and Nanami. They're just like Liu Bu and Guan Yu, because they met each other on the battlefield, and Liu Bu respected his martial prowess so much that he told his men to take him alive. And later on, even after the war was settled, they still were friends into old age.
Yeah, they managed to while being like rivals in this particular battle, they kind of spurred each other on and kept each other alive, literally. So yeah, you can actually be friends with your rivals. Which, I mean, like in the music industry, you probably should be able to get on with people, right? I feel like that's a good idea.
Yeah, I know it wasn't Guan Yu. It was a different Romance of the Three Kingdoms character who was referenced in today's show as Shoten, which is also a tale of a band getting together, or a band of comedians in that one. So it was a bit weird. I read that and then immediately went to this episode, and I was like, okay, I think the show as Shoten one is a little bit better, but it's more upbeat a tale than the tale told here. But I imagine that will eventually get an anime at some point down the line. And then they can explain the comedy business to you in the same way this is explaining the music business. Oh, well, the underground idol business specifically is what it's.
Yeah, I'll just got just the kind of scene.
Yeah, very like on the ground of the trendy hotspots.
Yeah, it's very much specifically underground idol. I think that's how they describe Ayuko's character.
There wasn't much with the rapper. I did like the way he's made, like managed to rap. What he managed to rap in by talking to him is like, I can't rap well when I put it to lyrics, but I can actually keep a rhyme going out of that.
It's but again, he's not as good a rapper when he hasn't actually got a beat behind him, the actor.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. The beat throws him off somehow. Yeah,
throws him on is what it does.
That's that. Good episode.
Stage is set.
And then onto a very confusing episode of The Demon Girl Next Door, Season 2, Episode 7, A Short Break, The Demonic Summer Festival, in which they open with a recap of the show, except what's being recapped is not the show, it's an entirely different thing that never happened.
Hey, you do this for the next season, huh? Yeah.
I kind of like when they do the previous on Demon Girl Next Door, but it was all stuff that never actually happened. And now we return to part 2 of this epic saga.
So it's turned into like Zombieland Saga, but like as an actual zombie apocalypse, I guess.
Yeah, it's very much specifically it's Resident Evil, I think, but I think it might be the Resident Evil movies. It's referencing more than the video games.
Yeah. There do appear to be like super heroic
characters
in the
because Lilith's flight careens through a glass window and then it wanders around the rest of the scene with bits of glass stuck in her shoulders. And he's like, oh, isn't that bothering you? It's worth it for the cool entrance. And then it turns out to be a dream, and then the credits play, and then we get another recap. Though this time it is Yoko's "What I Did on My Summer Vacation" journal that she's got to turn into school.
The detail she's put into those fucking drawings is great. I was just like, oh no, freaking A marks for me.
But her friends have to explain, maybe you don't want to be telling your teacher all this stuff about supernatural things that you're doing during the summer.
Did you do anything nice for summer besides, like search for clues to a years-long missing persons mystery and do a bunch of magical battles and psychically grip with your demons and that kind of stuff? It's like, like go to a festival or something. It's like, No, it was all mostly like
Yeah,
work and
yeah.
all
Because
that other
part of
stuff.
her
Yeah.
story that she's written in is, I got this job at a restaurant, and then I was given some food, which caused me to forget about all the time I spent at the restaurant. And
Yeah, the teacher is going to be suspect of
yeah,
crimes, basically. Yeah.
also there's a bit where she, I think it might be before the book where she's reading, like reciting the premise of the show in English. I think that comes in a little before.
Oh no,
That's before the credits, I think.
after
Yeah.
the zombie apocalypse one, it's like, all right, you fucking sum it up then. And she's like, okay, this happened, and then this happened, and there's a handy English guy to translate everything that she said into English.
Anyway, eventually they convince her to go to the summer festival, and she's like, I'm having a great time, as she goes through all the fun things you can do at a festival. You can buy a plastic sword.
Like she has like a candy apple and like a chili dog at the
Yes.
same time, and I was just like the different kinds of completely contrasting food, and then it's like, why am I
I'm
having a
wearing a
good
yukata.
time?
I've got my hair in a ponytail. Why have a good time? And of course, the viewer, you're like, well, she's not with her girlfriend. And then, what would you
Yeah.
know? Her girlfriend shows up with her other friend, the other magical girl, because they were wondering where she'd got to, and then they were told to go to the festival also by the tapir and the fox, and the fox has put a curse on Momo, so she can't take the her festival outfit off until midnight. So you've got to have a
Hmm.
good time at the festival, Peach Girl.
And the way that they find her, I love the
Yes.
fact it's like, would a evil sorceress please come to the thing? A tiny little girl, evil sorceress, please. And she's like, fucking tiny? What the fuck? That's really messed up, you guys. I don't need that publicly announced that I'm very, very short.
I did like that you refer to yourselves
yeah,
as minions. And then they get another call. Momo gets a call, the second call, which is, please can you recover the tiny 5,000-year-old woman who we've had to arrest?
whose soul is trapped in a doll because she's been doing the string pull lottery and she has not paid for the amount of strings that she has pulled.
Yes.
And Momo's kind of like, well, that could be any fucking Peach Girl. I don't fucking know. That's probably not me. Like, it's fine. When her doll dies, her soul will go back to the idol anyway. So yeah, it's fine. I don't have to collect her.
Then the rest of the episode is the pair of them kind of flirting over doing homework. That's not as funny as the first half of the episode. But
it's the idea of their different, very different work ethics, which is to say, Momo has learned the complete wrong thing from her sister, who just kind of like fob it off until the end of summer.
Yeah, I think somebody mentioned there was like a line which wasn't quite translated right in the previous one. I think it was like indicating, which I think has been hinted at before, that the reason why Yoko's sickly is because she's ended up with her curse and her sister's curse.
Yeah, and her sister's obviously feeding off her magic power, making her weaker overall. Is the other thing that's kind of thrown at.
Yeah, I think it was just like a line where it was like indicating the wrong sister. I think that Sakura said, or something like that. Somebody's mentioned.
The other joke I thought worked rather well was asking the ancestors, like, hey, what do you guys do for fun? It's like, oh, I just run around naked all summer. It was great in Mesopotamia. You could just lie down and get fucking sunburnt naked. It was fantastic. And he's like, I'm not fucking doing that. And then she realizes later, it's like, wait, she transformed a leaf into yukata. So I ran around a festival wearing nothing but a leaf. Oh, Jesus, fuck. I've done crimes. Which is pretty good.
Yeah, because she said, oh, yeah, you used to lie in the shade and keep cool. And I can't do that. And they said, well, if you wanted to do that, you could lie in the shade naked and drink wine. And I definitely can't do that.
There's a bunch of things you're doing there, but realizing she did like half of the things, mostly the naked things by accident.
Yeah, it's the difference between being a teenage demon or magical girl and a 5,000-year-old demon.
And also making jokes of the horny things that would happen to a character who is essentially a succubus in any other fucking thing. Whereas in this, they're like, oh, fucking hell, that's awful. I'm not doing
this was
that.
the least injured we've seen the tapir, though. I think he only got his glasses broken this time when we saw it.
Yeah, he's really recovering. I assume he's going to break his back again at some stage. But yeah.
Oh, hang on. No, I do apologise. I was wrong. I've just scrolled back round. No, his arm's bandaged up and he's got various patches on his back and side as well.
He's not in crutches.
He's
I guess
not in
that's
crutches.
that's
That's
a
a
slight
slight improvement over previous
Hmm.
appearances.
Hmm.
Then we've got Kaguya-sama, Love is War, Ultra Romantic, episode 8. Shirogane wants to show off about Kaguya Shinomiya Part 2, and Kaguya wants to confess.
My God. An older brother, huh? It's pretty embarrassing, am I right? Nonetheless, he's still been told, oh, I wouldn't mind Kay, my little sister. So sure, guy, I'm going to go and see your school's culture festival, get some ideas, and also like support your little
Get a
stand.
feel for the
Okay,
vibe.
but you can't. Okay, but don't come dressed like that. My uniform, but fun. Yeah, but you look totally fucking lame. What are the clothes you got? Come on, show me what you got. And he comes out dressing like a early 2000s shoujo manga, completely overdone. It has
Oh, it's amazing.
it's so much
it's
overdone.
So
it has like the low slung jeans with the fucking belt with the big gold eagle buckle. It's wearing a long sleeve top under shirt. Then
No, it's not. It's already
it
stitched
was
together.
always
It is
it
one
looks
top,
like that. Yeah.
made to look like an undershirt. The top, like his sister points out, is like it just like it fell through a fucking automatic translator with the bad English on it.
Bad
and like a
boy
cool skull
means good.
logo.
Okay. Lorem ipsum bullshit.
Yeah, very much so. It's like she's like you just really fucking cringe. You cannot go dressed like that. What? I got like a chain for my wallet, so no one can steal my wallet. It's like no, none of the fucking this has happened. All right, take out all your clothes. I'm gonna look at your clothes and like I saw you had a leopard print pair of pants there, and I was just like it's all awful, basically.
I was going to spike up my hair as well. Fucking go for the full fucking rocks. This from Kingdom Hearts 2 vibe there. Like, no, leave the hair alone.
And it's like it's all about fucking subtlety and cash. Don't fucking you're overdressed to the nines in a way that looks way too try hard. The fact that each of the inside of your pant cuffs have different things written on the inseam is not good.
Oh my gosh.
And then and just to prove the point, like the dad comes home dressed cooler than his son.
They're having a discussion about what way I'm bringing. Oh, it's gonna be a rucksack. Not the fucking rucksack.
Like
the fucking rucksack. You're not going to school. It's a festival. I'm gonna be having fun.
Here.
You gotta wear a bum bag. Okay, good. What's a bum bag then? Okay, go. Not there. It's a bum
You wear
bag.
a bum bag
Not
across your
bum.
shoulder.
You put it around like
That's
this.
the cool way to wear it. And the dad is wearing the bum bag in the cool way. And he's also wearing like a trendy jacket and everything, but it's not too trendy. And it's just like, yeah, the dad is like, hey, what's up, kids? And this is like, it's nearly worse because you're like old and you're trying to fucking recapture your youth. And he's like, what the fuck? Why am I getting dissed as soon as I come in the door?
Okay, son, come here. This is making really cool. He goes to the hidden compartment in the bottom drawer. This is the watch. This is fucking family heirloom there.
I saved for 3 years in the fucking factory work, and that factory got shut the fuck down. So I wasn't doing well there. And this is the one that astronauts wear. It's the coolest, most expensive piece of clothing I fucking own. And it's like, oh, thanks, Dad. And this is like fucking old man watch. Come on, we're going shopping. This is bullshit.
Okay, give me your money. What do you got? I have like a commemorative like a Nagano Olympics 5,000 yen coin. Then I've got a 2,000 yen bill, but it's also a commemorative note, but it's in wire circulation. And as I was reading what it was, it's one of the notes that doesn't have a portrait of anybody on it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Oh, and also most vending machines won't take it. That's probably why it's still in his wallet.
So she's just going to take the birthday money that she knows that he always slips into her wallet anyway. And it's just like,
hey, Mama got paid.
Going to take him shopping, and he shows up later to the festival. And he's like, "Hey, little sis, how's it going?" It's like it's grand, whatever. What do you want? Takoyaki? Fuck, here you go. And
it's like, wow, is that your brother, kid? He's so cool. This one's like, oh, it's just so fucking annoying. Oh my god, this guy.
And the other girls are like, yeah, it's like if I had a brother like that, I'd be want to show him off everywhere. And you can see she's secretly smiling. It's like, yes, my plan was successful to make my brother look cooler than he actually fucking is.
Yeah, but I gotta be cool about it as well. I'm not like I gotta be like, oh god, you're so fucking lame. Oh man.
Yeah. Because she does think he's cool, but she also wants him to look cool in front of her friends.
Yeah. The rest of it then is okay. Kaguya, you finally got to come down on this. Come down on this hard culture festival is where it's happening because the whole theme we're going for here is a legend of this princess who was deathly ill. The only thing that could save her was like the heart of somebody who really cared for her. And someone actually did that in a grand symbolic gesture. So That's why.
And Kaguya's like, that's probably
okay,
bullshit. It's probably just something to fucking entice people to look up to the royalty as being better than them. It's like, true, but we have these cute heart pendants, and my sister's, my brother gave him to his girlfriend.
Oh.
Oh, and you
Sorry.
joined back in
I
again.
pressed the
He's
wrong
probably on
button
the
there. I pressed the wrong button there. I was trying to hide my video because I needed to dip off for a moment.
Oh no!
But he's gone again.
Oh, that's strange.
I don't know. Do we keep going?
Yeah,
maybe we keep going. With being
do
recorded.
keep going. Do keep going. I'm just dipping off for a second.
All right. Okay.
Okay. That's
mysterious. Oh, he's got just do a quick assassination off the roof of the building. There, you write that down. But yeah, it's just like, oh, like heart-shaped pendants and all fun like that, and then Kaguya's thinking, well, I do something like that, you know, and then usual way gears are turning. They kind of do it in a very kind of casual way and can fall like under my spell, but there's no casual way to do it without everyone.
Because if he knows the legend, then it's automatically a declaration of I want to be with you, because this is sent as a thing of I want to be with you, and apparently it's magical. So he's like, can I get like a polka dot handkerchief that has like one of them is a heart, so he doesn't fucking notice? What if he fucking notices?
Ayasaka, my office. I need you to go out right now and give me one of these handkerchiefs. It has this particular pattern, but with only one heart, one X1.
And he's like, I'm not gonna be able to find that in a day. I don't know what you think I can do, honestly.
What she's gotta do, because you know, there's no fucking way to do it. It's just like it could be fucking now or never, because I know he's going away. It's like, what I gotta do is hide stuff because I like Shirogane. I like Shirogane. Everyone's saying, yeah, I know I like Shirogane. Everyone's saying, hang on a minute. You've never actually admitted that out loud. Are you developing as a person?
Yeah, it's the idea that, and it, as the commentator says, it kind of hits her pride to actually. She knew it, but to admit it out loud is kind of like, it's fucking real now, isn't it? That I've said it. So yeah, she's trying to figure out a way of negotiating this, basically, and that kind of leads into the third part, where
mulling it all.
Mulling over and also listening in on love-related conversations, basically.
Yeah, they're fun getting an early start in this now, because they're getting on the ship before dawn. I thought, I should just come to the festival in the evening when it's already done with. That seems kind of weird, but I'd say no, they're actually getting really early set up now before the sun's even come up. I know it's a flurry of activity back there, but everyone's kind of going not to pen on around. It's kind of the banter of camaraderie, and just like going out. It's like there's kind of like the big kind of one brawny dudes have fun, say what's up, bro, and he was in the cheerleading squad, also in the culture festival setup committee and all of that, and then like
and the girl that he likes, he's kind of like, yeah, fucking cheerleading for life, you know. She's cuddling into him, and he's just like,
yeah, man,
I feel weird about this. And then what's the glasses girl? She comes in,
or Asagi or something like that. Yeah, Ino's friend with the glasses is just like, hey guys,
very dry girl. Yeah.
And then comes in and then a fun brooded fun saying, hey, Asagi, if we're going to see you, up fun, hang out, fun saying it. It's like, oh, I didn't know you were getting on very well with fun, you know, because you're in the cast, you seem like the bookish type. He's like a big brawny dude, you know. Fun.
He's the jock type, so.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, we're going out. Like, huh? Yeah, with the whole setup with the culture festival and all that, like, we got chatting.
He was texting me, and basically he was like, "Hey, you want to give it a go?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" And they're like, "That's so casual. How can you do that?" And it's like, it's festival magic, man.
Must be that Bunkusan magic. Yeah, Bunkusan magic, as another explains. It's just like, you know, the emotions are heightened, so like your actual like success rate for any kind of confession of truth means anybody like goes up by like a factor of 3. So anything can happen.
I think it's like
this like best shot.
Some mad shit where it's like you got a 60%, like, because Kaguya is like, what if he turns me down? What if he says he likes me, but he doesn't like me romantically, and that would just break my little heart? But it's like, I got a 60% shot on top of what I already got. Fuck, that's really good fucking odds. And as we see, our Ishigami leaving, and I was just like, yeah, whatever, fucking, that doesn't matter to me. And he's like, fucking yes, outside. And she's like,
good fun. She's definitely fucking single. Oh, I gotta do it right now. I gotta do it right now. Everyone's saying, but
and Kage obviously overhears him like basically fist pumping as hard as he possibly can in a corridor where she's right there. And she's like, dude, isn't that a bit fucking like you're taking advantage because the odds are thing? And he's like, nah, I'm basically taking a shot because like I'm basically using this opportunity not because it increases my odds, because I'm using this opportunity to be brave. I thought I didn't stand a chance at all because I thought she was already with the guy, but that means she's probably single, so I can at least ask her to go with me as a friend, and then maybe ask her out during. That's my plan.
Yeah. Also, I got my grades up on my last exam, and that's why I say I was going to fucking do. So, like, I proved to myself I can stick to something and get better at it, and I should have some belief in myself. So I'm going to fucking, I gotta do it. But no, I got to fucking consider it fine. And kind of like fun saying, yeah, let's do it. Let's go do it right now. I mean, no, it's not ever, right? We gotta do it right now, right? Because she needs something to see it go right for somebody else, so she can believe in the bunkers.
Yeah, she's starting to believe more and more as it kind of goes, but it's obviously she's getting kind of caught up in other people's shit to try and prove the magic to herself. Yeah.
What's going on right there? It's like, I just gotta have fun and do it, guy. Like, you know, maybe I gotta do this, like, press the Shirogane. It's now or never. And then, like, Kaguya did it the entire premise of this series.
And then immediately, like, falls back into it within, like, a minute, which is funny that the commentator's like, wait a minute, that's the opposite of what this show is about. And she basically she out now says something like, love isn't about warfare. It's not. Whoever confesses first doesn't lose. And the commentator's like, oh shit, are we in trouble? Are we gonna get cancelled?
He's kind of going, come on.
But then,
but then
basically,
I think they're only about 2/5 of the way through the series. So
yeah, everyone in the comments expecting it to fucking end at this. It's like, nah, sorry lads, it goes on further than this.
It's just gonna make it a more crushing thing where it doesn't happen, you know, and that's gonna be like the fuse is lit for the incident that will happen at a culture festival. But it's probably just gonna be a scene of like massive embarrassment and then secondhand embarrassment for anybody not involved.
But again, the premise is not them confessing to each other. The premise is they're fucking dipshits who can't, and they can't let their own pride get in the way of their happiness, which is, or it's a bizarre situation, but that's kind of where Kaguya is at the end. She's kind of like more believing in the festival magic, but also her pride is making them like, I'm gonna see if I can get him to do it to me though.
Yeah,
which is probably the way it's going to reverse on the opposite side as well. Yeah
Timing it's a spot on as always. I think that's what you really gain as well from this. Is this we're kind of reading like a comedic manga, you know, and if it's got a good enough flow, you get the kind of timing right then and there. But it's like it knows precisely what the timing is, and it knows when to work it, and it works so well. We're just gonna have this like little bits where Kay is holding her hand out to get money out of the lads, and it was kind of like fun to have that out and do it just in a 4-color style. Just that one little cut right there. Complete chain of style, and they're going bananas with that, and like, you know, it's just the textual elements on Shirogane's disgusting outfit, and they have lots of fun playing around with the kind of the typeface of that and all that shit.
I love like they're just like so experimental with a lot of the stuff. Like Kaguya's reaction to talking to himself is it kind of cuts to like the manga style, like it becomes like black and white basically, and I was just like, oh, that's so really nice, like to show that it kind of like we're taking it back to its roots kind of thing, like it's hitting her that emotionally deep, the things he's saying and that kind of stuff. It's just a wonderful looking show and a wonderful pace show, like you said.
Right, I'm back from taking care of business, and
you know you did.
Yeah, I got the call. It's time for Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, episode 79, The Silver-Haired Hymn, in which
I don't know if Hyunkil is very smart or very stupid.
I mean, like it's the kind of stupid that circles around to back being smart, or the kind of smart that circles around back to being
agree,
stupid.
Though,
whichever
the pair of them are both very macho.
Oh, the most, like, this is easily the most shonen thing this week. Not that it's a huge contest, but it's just like, now I'm gonna punch you as hard as I can. All right, I'm gonna punch you as hard as I can.
The only thing harder than Nora Campbell is my fucking rippling bad right here. Come charge for the last of my aura.
Yeah, so they face off.
Because him's like, come on, get up, dude, get up, and he's like, oh, you got up again.
Yeah, they face off at the start. Him gets the better of Hyunkil, sends him down. Then we quickly check in on the guys having their picnic, and I can't get used to Pop healing him. Mom's like,
feels weird being healed by a boy.
I guess I don't need to heal anybody anymore.
Come on, Dai, don't be like that.
Mom, no. You've given up being a healer like 50 episodes ago, Mom.
Yeah.
You punch things real good, fucking Hokuto no
You punch
Shinken.
healing into it so it dies. That's how you work now.
They explode, yeah. We're gonna be good. It's too bad most of the dudes we're facing are like inanimate, like chess piece golems or like creatures composed of pure shadow, like Miss Ferner turns up and say, "It's so empty around here because it just need me to take out the trash." That's why you're feeling so kind of fearful and anxious.
That's why
right
he
now.
gives them the very quick tour. It's like, oh, this is the main plaza, and obviously from here you can go up the main thing, and then you get to the tower, and up there you'll find my boss. It's like, why are you giving us a tour? Because you're gonna fucking die.
This is the most gorgeous room in the palace, and then we make up for a fitting tomb for all of you. Yeah, good art stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk much, but so when he gets something out, he really
Exactly.
makes
And
it
then
count.
him's like, oh, what a noble foe he uncle was. Are you looking at me, Dad? Sorry, Lord Hadler. Hang on a second. He uncle's getting back up. He's taking his spear off. He's
taking
taking
his
his
top
armor
off.
off. He's throwing it away. And he's saying, just me and you. Let's see whose aura punches the best.
I do like the way it's the opposite of like the wrestling thing. He's like, oh, he's getting the steel chair. He's putting the steel chair away. Oh, what's he gonna do next?
One of them is the steel
maybe
chair.
They watched this episode before they booked the AEW pay-per-view at the weekend, because that was how the main event ended. Was our hero Hangman Page? He'd accidentally knocked the referee down, and there was his belt, and he was pondering, shall I use it against CM Punk? Should I take it? Should I cheat to guarantee a victory? And he couldn't bring himself to do it, and then CM Punk got up and GTS'd him and won. And the irony is the time in which he was taking to agonize over whether hitting him with the belt, he probably could have woken the referee up and pinned CM Punk in the meantime.
Yeah.
But you got to have the thing, because now he's like a fan favorite, but we had to see him lose. But we don't want him to kind of lose in such a way that like he's overpowered and say no, he was defeated by his own high and upstanding morals. That's the only thing. He was too pure of a character.
Yeah.
And that's what was his downfall.
What made him lose is the thing you like about him as his role. Which is, I guess, the same thing in this case, because the uncle's fucking insanity is the thing that helps him win.
They rush at each other.
Yeah.
And him is surprised that her uncle is the one who connects. Him's fist didn't even touch her uncle. And he sends him to the ground with a hole in his chest. And then he's like, I'm not going to finish you off, him. I want you to get up, go to that castle, find my friends. They'll heal you. You don't have to help them after they've healed you. But I'm not taking your life. I'm taking your death.
Because him explaining is like, oh, I couldn't have actually cracked Orichalcum, except you've gotten so strong that I cross-countered you, so I used your own strength against you. Also, inspiring speech, I'm not great at it. When they turned me to the light side and shit, like it was a lot more nice. I'm being kind of mean about my inspiring speech. Sorry about that. I'm still new with this good guy thing.
If you're a real badass, you're gonna live and fight me again, dude. But no, because I'm a badass. As well, that's why I can't tell if he's really dumb or really smart, or is this some kind of this kind of like savant quality to him. But saying, but how'd you hit me first? Well, I talk back to the hidden Avon style of the hollow stance, where you just kind of you gotta take one, and then like you find opportunity, and then you punch him back. Why did I adapted that? Or if I hit you first, I won't need to get hurt anymore.
I think it's both, because particularly once the thing which is going to negate any arguments the pair are going to have about whether or not they should look on each other with honor and compassion. A whole load of other chess pieces show up, and Tim's like, "Why are my friends back? Why are there 7 more of me here?" And then
full chess set, baby.
A mysterious figure stands on the battlements and basically calls him an idiot for saying, "It's a chess set, buddy. There's 2 of each of those pieces, and there's 8 of you, but there's only one."
He had to explain chess to a pawn piece. Yeah, it's like, come on, dude.
There's only one piece that's
a pawn
moves independently, and that's me, the king, Maximum.
Yeah, that's why I was mixing it up earlier. I love his metal mustache. It's fantastic.
He looks great. Like you've only heard the voice, you've seen the silhouette so far, and you've seen the bit. That's exactly the face I imagined. It's wouldn't be on a plane a One Piece like character if one some kind of big birdie captain type.
I could see that.
Yeah.
And we also learned from Mistfern's reaction to this happening is that Maximum's the cleaner of Fern Castle.
I assume that's like a kind of Leon the professional
well.
type cleaner rather than the sweeper.
I think there's a chance that he might be a
well.
literal cleaner. But
I guess, yeah.
He's just like going around, just fucking shining up everything. He's got one Spencer's brasso off his hands.
I'm kind of hoping that Maximum has like a rule, because they all had like vague chess themed things. So like you can't take the king. You have to put him in a position where he can't possibly get out of it. So it's like Hyunkel and him are going to have to checkmate him simultaneously.
Well, that's the next episode. Checkmate.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. It sounds really good. And also just a shitload of chess pieces beating the fuck out of each other. And like,
and our two lads who've just spent an episode beating each other up are now going to team up and beat up the bad guys.
Dear. Good stuff.
I'm really glad you fell for that ruse of mine, that challenge of mine, him, because if you just like kind of went on me like earlier with all the combos and shit, you would have beaten the shit out of me. So I'm really glad you fell for that.
Yeah, they're both run on empty. Hyunkel has no fucking tricks left. Has a big crack in the side of him, and it's kind of like, well, now to fight every other chess piece in the fucking set. Yeah.
We saw the rest of the bits of the dark armor spear, and was like, no, we got the spear. We've seen like the boomerang. It also has like a pair of knives that kind of come out, little kind of tactical holsters there. He's trying to do the Grand Cross again. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Then finally, it is Spy Family Episode 8, the Counter Secret Police cover operation, in which we deal with a brother who claims to be a diplomat. He's actually part of the secret police, but he has one particular blind spot, and that is his own sister.
Yeah, so I do appreciate that Lloyd managed to figure out, it's like, oh, this motherfucker is secret police. Because he is good at being a spy. He's good at his job, and he's dumb at literally everything else, like all the other characters.
Just picking up on and making small talk about, oh, I've went on holiday to not Hungary and in not Budapest, and it's this like wonderful bakery where you can get these wonderful pastry buns. And then Lloyd goes, I've been to that bakery. Is the old minister running it? Yes, he is. He's going strong. It's just like, I know full well that bakery, is like it's still there, but the son has since taken over the running of it. He's just like using the agreed upon cipher, using like the how to fucking like
how to explain your diplomatic whereabouts.
How do spy stuff, how to encrypt messages and communications like 101. He's in the same like book that's like standard in the field. This guy's involved in Secret Service.
300, again, like 200 these days.
Yeah, because there was a drought that particular year of the wine. It's just like he keeps up to date on the stuff, whereas the guy just has like a blank filler story where it's like, hey, Yor says like, weren't you on a diplomatic thing to that country recently? He's like, yes. In fill in the blank story, basically. That is, and then
we get like the various bits of flashbacks where it becomes just how oblivious he is when it comes to his sister.
That was amazing! It was so good.
Returning home as like a young teenager and a teenager, just drenched in blood.
It's okay. It's not mine.
It's okay. It's not mine. I got that world atlas you were looking for. Oh, sis, you're always looking out for me. It's like. She's like making him dinner and she's covered in fucking blood and gore from her job. And the various bits I thought like were particularly great, like where he's like, no wine for you today, Yor. And she's like, yeah, I know I get fucking drunk. But then her brother gets really fucking drunk. It's just like, I didn't. And she's like, don't worry, I got a foolproof fucking story that's going to convince him as to why I didn't tell him for a year that I got married. And he's like, okay, I guess this worked. She's like, I forgot. But why didn't you tell me before? I forgot that I forgot. And he's like, oh, you're always forgetting things.
Yep. I just like you.
That's right. He must be as dumb as her. I did not consider it.
And they flinch when their hands are about to touch. And he's like, if you've been married a year, why are you flinching from each other's touch? And then our cliffhanger is essentially him going, kiss, 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 kiss.
Come on. If you're really in love,
you can make out in front of me right now.
Yeah. I want to see you go fucking hog wild on my sister. All right, you go for it. Because I can't.
And yeah, again, leading up to that scene where they establish early on that they put the bunch of lovey-dovey photos up. They've changed their bedroom setup so that it like, what is it, like love or
Yes.
something like that, pillows.
It's a complete like live, laugh, love, fucking shit hanging
Yes.
around. You know, that
Yeah.
kind of grab.
But they're kind of embarrassed by it. It's kind of like, this is a bit weird.
They put Anya to bed, so you know he's just gonna like wander on this episode into fun saying, "I can't sweep it fun." You got a child? What the fuck?
I think they've mentioned it, but he hasn't got to fully react it because the brothers are.
And I feel like also the story's keeping Anya out of it, so she's not using her mind reading powers to complicate this bit of the story any further.
It's pretty complicated, yeah, as it is.
It's more fun as well as to have like Lloyd just like deduct upon, oh, this dude is on this, he's involved in the Secret Service, and like we can see a bit of him on the job as well. Like, you know, they were interrogating some dude who was passing secret papers for money, you know, and it's like he got the hard ass like commander with a scar over his eye. He's like, "Talk, you dog," you know, fun. Tell us what everything you know. It's like, okay, I gotta go outside for a minute. Well, let like my colleague speak to you, and he's all like, "Hey, buddy, come on, you know, fun. Now, why'd you want to hand over papers to the foreign powers? I mean, what is something like silly like that? You must have a good reason." He's just at the friendly ear, that's, you know, they bring in.
You think he's supposed to be like the good cop, and they're asking outside. He's like, "Why did he even fucking get promoted?" It's like, according to the chief, he's just super cute, and I don't really get it. But it's like, no, he's the bad cop. Instead of like burning him with a cigarette, he's like slamming his face into the ashtray and just rubbing it. It's just like, okay. He's like, "I got a dinner date with my sister, so you better fucking talk."
And then we see from the preview that it looks like he's almost immediately regretting telling his sister to kiss her husband.
To make out in front of him. Yeah, of course you're going to regret asking for that. What the hell is wrong with you? But he is very drunk.
I think there's a number of things wrong with him. We might want to diagnose
there's
many
episode.
things.
Yeah. But again, like the Lloyd kind of figuring it out, because he doesn't know his sister's an assassin, or that Lloyd is obviously the master spy that he's looking for, and his sister doesn't know that he's secret police and her husband is the thing. Everyone doesn't know what anyone is, so we need to like make that a little simpler by Lloyd knowing what at least one other character is secretly.
Yeah, I think that's the good. That is his ability, isn't it? Is that he's got more information than every other character has. In any given scene, generally.
And he still doesn't know a shitload of stuff, like that his daughter is psychic, for example.
Yeah, just like my daughter does know it, but doesn't have like the proper context for it, so can't like, you know, sound super serious to her, and then we get like, you know, her doing a weird face.
And the fact that
she's trying to
the amount of
process
times in the series where Anya has kind of given away that she's psychic by responding to things he's saying inside his inner monologue, does make him look more foolish.
Well, it's just like she just goes off on her little just sort of little things, and she's all for Bondman program again. But she's learning how fractions work. Like, Daddy, how many bullets does Bondman's gun have? It's like it's got probably like an 8-round magazine there. It's like she's it was bullets left. Very good, Anya. That's correct. You're learning how fractions work with bullets.
Mm-hmm. So he's not against her watching this thing that will probably compromise his spy career somewhat. Yeah.
Well, it's completely exaggerated, but it is somewhat educational, so I'll allow this in my house.
Also, the comparison between the torture of the person who was selling state secrets and the torture of Bondman, who's getting like very lightly whipped with basically like a bit of string.
My hot nips.
Yeah. Again, just a very well put together show of contrast of fucking morons, basically. Yeah.
This was probably like the least excitingly animated episode, though. I think of.
I mean, like, it's basically dinner. Is the entire thing.
No, give them a break. You know, they can't be putting in the kind of effort every week. They'll bust a gasket.
I think my favorite funny bit of dialogue from the brother is when Lloyd says that he'd protect Yor from spears and meteors. And he's like, I'm pretty sure.
He's like, I could do spears, but meteors.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. You just.
This is.
I also like the bit where he's saying, it's like, no, I absolutely love Yor. I'm madly about her. She's hot as shit. And she's like, I know we're only pretending, but I'm getting fucking like, woof.
And the fact that he's
Great
like
Right,
thinking that
there's-
Yor is going to give him some sort of pet name like Lloydie, and then he starts using it once he's drunk.
Come on, Lloydie, kiss my wife, kiss my
Well,
sister. And that would have been the thing he would have slipped
yes.
in saying, yeah.
No, I'm not jealous, not jealous at all, not jealous at all.
I mean,
not
he
jealous at all.
literally says, it's like,
Nope,
I'm fine
nope,
with my sister getting married. I was hoping that would be the case, but it has to be against someone better than me. So fucking prove it to me. Yeah.
And that's it for this week. We got some responses from Kitakon, didn't we, Niall?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got Madstravaganza. Current plan is on the Friday, so it will be slightly different than the usual Madstravaganzas. I won't be spending ages on Saturday still refining it right up to the last minute, as I normally do.
Gonna have it done
I'll
before
have it
you
done.
get there.
It may well just be one 90-minute video file that I'll just hit play on, and you'll be trapped. And I won't be able to adjust it. I won't be able to adjust it based on any sort of audience reaction. But it might allow me to do stuff that I've wanted to do for a long time and had been too cowardly to do it. But as this is the first one back for 2.5 years, who gives a shit? You're getting what you're given.
Blank check.
And then on the Saturday, I'm doing Your Hero Academia again. And actually, there's not been that many superhero things to add in the past 4 years, so it's not.
Just due to there's a bit more Tiger and Bunny now.
There's a little bit of Tiger and Bunny. I think I looked at my old panel, and I think I limited to make it shorter. I only put things you could stream in, but I might rejig that. And
there's a couple of those in there now as well. And then like there's been, I mean, even just serious now, there was like the Sentai team, and then she's the evil lieutenant. And there's just been like a couple of things in that vein the last while.
And there's stuff where I can add it to an earlier slide or put a slide in earlier. So I've already got a slide in for Shin-chan because of Action Carmen. And so while you can't stream Super Shiro, I can mention Super Shiro at that point rather than when we get to the 2000s.
Right.
So yeah, it won't take too much. And there's probably stuff I can now remove from the streaming section because there's probably stuff which I said you could stream in 2018 that you can't now. So such is life. What about you, Niall? What you got?
Well, what I do have confirmed for sure is on the Friday evening it will be Anime Happy Hour, which will be like oh gosh, oh no. Well, maybe if I can set them up, I can, and if I set them up, you can just knock them down. Because it'll be a little survey, a little pub crawl of the alcoholic world of anime.
After we finish recording now, we'll be back Tuesday next week. Is that right?
Okay. Oh, I meant to run this past you actually.
Okay,
I'll be away this week.
So it'll be Wednesday.
Yay! Gives us an extra day.
It does, and it also means it's not on the day when I've got a whole bunch of meetings in the afternoon. So I haven't already used my voice. Righty-ho, we'll be back then. Speak to you then. Goodbye. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
See you in a fortnight, everybody.
Right.